Unser berühmter Deutschperson Karlheinz Stockhausen. Wurde geboren 22. August 1928. Wurde in Modrat, Deutschland geboren. Karlheinz Stockhausen in Kürten gewohnt. Sein Vater Simon Stockhausen, arbeitet als Lehrer. Seine Mutter war Gertrud nicht du. Sie gesungen und Klavier gespielt für ein Leben. Karlheinz Stockhausen hatte eine Schwester und einen Bruder. Danach wurde seine Schwester Katharina direkt nach ihm geboren. Sein Bruder Hermann Joseph wurde 1932 geboren. Als Karlheinz jung war, erlitt seine Mutter einen Nervenzusammenbruch. Ihm wurde im Dezember 1932 institutionalisiert. Der Tod seiner Jugend
Bruder gefolgt meiner nach seiner Mutter wurde institutionalisiert.
Als Karlheinz 7 Jahre alt war, hat in Altenburg mit seiner Familie gewohnt. In dieser Stadt lernte das Klavier zu spielen.
Sein Vater heiratete seine Haushälterin und hatte 2 Töchter. Bald danach begann Karlheinz seine Lehrerausbildung in Sachsen.
Alright. Am 29. Dezember
1901 1951.
Karlheinz heiratet Doris Andre und hatte 4 Kinder. Suja geboren im 1953. Christel geboren im
1956.
Marcus geboren
Im
1957 und Magella geboren 1961. Karlheinz Stockhausen starb December 2007 an Herzversagen. Erlernte im reifen Alter von 79 Jahren. Karlheinz Stockhausen war ein Komponist elektronischer Musik, Mathematik und Verschiedenen Tonlernten verwendend. Seine Arbeit hat viel Musik von heute beeinflusst. Glaubte, dass auf dem Planeten Sirius geboren würde. Im Jahr 1987 wurde zum Ehrenmitglied der Royal Academy of Music in London. Im Jahr 1995 wurde zum Ehrenmitglied der Deutschen Gesellschaft für elektroakustische Musik. Veröffentlicht sind Bände von Texten über Musik. Basieren einige seiner Arbeiten auf seiner Trauma. Dies ist ein Interview mit Stockhausen über seine Arbeit.
No, Antonio, you always have the same pitch. But I want very different pitches, if you please. Pi-te-te, poi-to.
To his disciples, Karlheinz Stockhausen is a genius who has redefined what music can be. In the 1950s, he helped to establish the technique of serialism, creating atonal music, strictly governed by precise mathematical systems that dictated pitch, duration, and dynamics. His first performances were met with horror and confusion, as audiences struggled to understand music lacking conventional harmony. But his reputation grew, and he created some unique pieces. Gruppen, which featured 3 orchestras arranged around the audience, moving sounds through space. He carried out pioneering work in electronic music, and famously appeared on the cover of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper album. Could you tell me what the most beautiful sound, or the most interesting sound, that you've ever heard is?
No.
So what do you think about melody? Do you hum tunes like we all
Absolutely.
do? Do you whistle?
I whistle a lot.
What do you whistle?
Well, the melodies that I write.
Your own stuff?
Yes.
Do you like to whistle anyone else, a sort of Mozart or Bach or people? Or?
Mozart, when I conducted Mozart. I conducted several works for records, etc. Then I whistled also these Mozart works.
Doesn't appear that you're slowing down despite being in your late 70s. What's a typical working day for you at home?
I compose from about 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock, and then from about 3 o'clock to 7, and then again from 8 to 10, sometimes later. And I write at the table, or half of my life I have spent in a studio for electronic music, and I produced the sounds, and during the night I would make the sketches for the next morning every night.
Do things come to you in dreams in the night as well? I know that...
Many times.
Yes? I mean, the Helicopter Quartet, I think,
I have
was
dreamt
a dream.
quite a few works completely in a dream, but not all the notes, but just how it was performed.
When you dream music, do you dream the sound, or do you see the score?
No, more a sound.
More a sound, so you hear and you dream.
Yeah.
So, like we say, do you dream in colour? Actually, you're dreaming in octaves,
Yeah, but
in
I
melodies.
said also the performance is an experience of the dream. Several times it has happened when I participated in the performance.
Antonio, the syllables are like that, nicht po-e, sag einfach poi. Poi. Also pi-te-te-poi-to.
A great deal of the early 20th century avant-garde, people like Schoenberg and Berg and people like that, they suffered a great deal, this idea of entartete music, sort of degenerate music, because they were different, because they were breaking with tradition. I mean, presumably you've been treated much better than that as a revolutionary, haven't you?
What happened to my work since 1951 was comparable to what happened to the Viennese school. They had even a lot of faithful followers, but in Germany we had a situation after the war, and we still have a situation where the traditional music is overestimated. The Baroque music, the classical music, the Romantic music is dominating, and music with new developments, new discoveries, and with the new sound worlds is not wanted by the music world.
Yes.
But there are a lot of music lovers and connoisseurs who study my music, and that is enough.
And consequently, it's had an influence on everyone. I mean, it's had an influence not only on classical, but also on popular as well. I mean, are you aware how your influence has spread?
No, that came later.
Really?
The popular influence came only in the last 20 years or so, that also the pop musicians became very interested in the sound world that I produced in my works.
Are you aware of their interest? Do you help them?
Yeah, they write me all the time and send their recordings, etc.
When you respond to tradition like you do, and you revolutionize it and you tear it all up, are you doing that because you hate the tradition, or just because you want to do something new?
No, you are such a dramatic person. It isn't.
It's not that dramatic.
Absolutely not. I told you that I conducted Mozart music and played a lot of romantic music and classic music as a pianist and Baroque music. No, I didn't break anything. I just left it as it is. But I added a lot of new works, over 300 works, and there's enough to study now for centuries to add this to the traditional music. So there's never something like that among artists that they break each other's work. That is respectless, and I don't like that at all.
In your sound world,